MeaningLESS, a series about living below your means. I'm 25 years old and I moved into this 456 square feet apartment so that I could focus on making myself happy and doing the things that I like to do. Not spending all my money on bills and overhead, but just truly experiencing my life. And it's been amazing so far. But the MeaningLESS series started as a series about living below your means, but it opened us up to a much bigger conversation about what we give meaning to and what we don't give meaning to. What are the things that matter in your life, and do they actually matter? Should they matter? I guess is the question. And that's what this podcast is going to be digging into. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about your 20s. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about friends. We're going to talk about community, self-doubt, challenges, everything that I was doing in the MeaningLESS series. But instead of just me by myself, I'm going to have a guest. There will be guests and we'll have different perspectives. Let me just say this. Let me say a few things. It's been pointed out to me that by myself, let me not even say that because that's not what was said. What was said was that I perform well in conversation, that I'm good at taking in feedback and adding more to that and seeing things from a different perspective. And I enjoy it a lot. I really enjoy conversation. And if you watch the MeaningLESS series so far, the girl's a little scatterbrained. She's a little scatterbrained. She's had her bouts with the mental health. She does. The drugs are in the cabinet. They're not in my system. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to have my friends on the podcast, and every person that I bring on the podcast is going to offer something different. Don't think of this so much as an interview. Don't think of it as an interview at all. It's a witnessed conversation. I'm going to be talking to my friends, and I just want you to see how I be talking to my friends, because I be talking to my friends the same way I be talking to y'all. Swear to God. I swear to God. I am that person on the internet. I am that person in real life. Anyways, some things I want to talk about to lay the groundwork for the MeaningLESS series is kind of my career journey and how I got to this point. Also, how self-doubt impacts me in my content creation journey overall, and then go from there. So if we start back in 2022, I had a pretty successful career in real estate, property management. I had a good job. It was my first time working hybrid, but I have always had this deep fire in me to make content, to connect with people in that way, to build a community. And I've built a community. It's a couple of us out there. But my idea of success when it came to social media has always been tied to my ability to produce an income from social media. And I made a couple dollars. I do a little song on the side, a little change over here and over there. But I have never replaced my full-time income with social media. But that has never stopped me. I can count, I was going to say on two hands, but I can count on one hand, and multiple of the fingers will go up on how many times I done quit a job because I'm like, F it, I'm going to do social media. Every time I done dropped out of school to do social media, because every single year and every single time that I've pivoted and tried to do it again, and this can be applied to anything, whatever your passion is. So don't get too caught up in the fact that I'm talking about social media. I'm just talking about whatever your passion is. Sometimes there is something within you that you want to pursue and you want to make bigger than you, and it overtakes your whole life in a way that you will be willing to take those big, huge risks. And that's one thing that I am not upset about that has come out of it. We're gonna get there. But that's one thing I'm not upset about that's come out of me pursuing my passions so blindly confident. Is that the word? Because I overthink. I just overthink and do the thing anyway. That's why I be nuts. I be pushing myself. I push myself so much, and that's why I am crazy. Does that make sense? I hope you felt that in your spirit. So I had the job. That's when I first got to like 25,000 followers on Instagram. It's taken off. I'm like, oh, we got it in the bag. The girls want to party. If the girls want to party, we could play. So I quit that job. Not to mention, they was stressing me out. It was a very stressful job. It was like you never clock out type of job. And they made me go in person. I'm not good at working in person. I'm not that good at working in person. I did my time, and I don't want to work in person no more. If I can help it. If I can help it. If I can help it. Super duper a blessing for me to not. The girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They was overworking me. My content started to take off on Instagram and on YouTube. I was at like 17,000 subscribers on YouTube, 25,000 followers on Instagram, 7,000 followers on TikTok, and I'm talking millions of impressions every single day. I'm like, yeah, I don't need that job. I had a couple $1,000s saved up. I said, deuces again. And I've done that so many times. Quit a job. I will quit a job. I was young. Okay, I'm 25 now. We don't quit jobs as recklessly anymore. But I don't regret it. I don't have no regrets about how I acted and because it got me here. It got me to this point. So after that, I still survived off of side hustling, getting some brand deals here and there, doing some affiliate work here and there. I survived about for a year, full-time entrepreneurship. I did not have any job whatsoever. But then, girl, the social media marketing contracts started drying up. The brand deals stopped coming in. The followers started going down. And so I picked up some part-time jobs. That was my first time working part-time in my entire adult life. And it was just, I like having experiences. I do like having experiences now. That was one of the hardest years. That was last year. I was a server that was like the longest position I held, is I was a server, and then I went back to real estate. So I went into real estate. I was like, finally, I'm no longer hustling. I'm going to take a break from social media. I will try again when I get my next win. It's like I put it down, but I know I'm just putting it down because I'm tired. I'm putting it down because that was hard, but I'm going to pick it back up. I just need to catch my win. So I put it down again, got this property management job. 2 months into the position, I got laid off, and I was devastated. It was actually devastating because once you stop with the motions of social media, it's basically like starting over. So I don't think I've talked about this before. But when I got laid off, I had applied for unemployment. I applied for food stamps. I really didn't have any money for savings. And my lease was ending. So, that was a terrible time. I actually don't want to reflect. Can I redact that? I don't want to talk about that. I don't really want to talk about that. If I'm being completely honest, that was a pretty dark time. No, what did Doechii say? If I'm being honest, that was a very dark time. Don't want to talk about it. But I went through that period of time as far as like unemployment, can't find a job, nobody's hiring, social media is doing terrible. I went through that period for really what felt like a very long time, but I would say it was like 6 to 7 months until I landed the position that I'm at now. Is this relevant information? Do people want to hear this? The self-doubt is crazy. We're going to get there, obviously. But oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Is this even good? Damn. Honestly, what's happening is I can't really remember. And it's starting to turn into a bit of a story time, and that wasn't my intention. So did you follow that story at all? No, because imagine listening to this in your fucking car. Bitch. Seriously. And this is too much talking about me. This is not what it's about. I can't keep starting this bitch over. It's something I wanted to talk about where I feel like you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to say it. But I do care about what people think. I care about what people think about me. I know you're not supposed to care. I feel like you're not supposed to care to the point of stopping actions. But you care. Why would you not? Like, how do you not care? How do you not care? Do you not know people? Are you invisible? I don't believe you. Because as much as when I say I act like I don't care about what people think about me, I act in spite of it. But that doesn't mean that you don't care. Everybody cares. Girl, this is not working. This is not working. This is why I need a co-host. Well, this is why I need a co-star. This is why I need a guest. Is that what it's called? Yes. I'm about to quit because my brain is not doing anything. I think that I have ADHD. I'm not gonna lie. Not to self-diagnose or anything, but self-diagnosing. I just wanted to come and chat with y'all today. Like, why is everything gotta be so serious? So sad. I feel like it's stuffy. I feel like now it's stuffy. Oh, the air came on. The beat go off. I up it, then my heat go off. Hey. What I was thinking of for the first episode was like a timeline of how we even got here. I wasn't thinking of anything. If I'm being completely honest, I really wasn't. Sometimes you just have to go. And I push myself. I push myself in a lot of ways. I push myself throughout my career as far as get a promotion, get a promotion, get a promotion, get a promotion. Hurry up and do this, hurry up and do that. And now I'm 25 and I'm like, oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. Well, you should have just said that. I feel like if you would have just said that, then maybe I would have slowed down, but you did not say that. You were trying to tell me, no. You should have started a different way. I might have listened. Sometimes you be running so fast trying to get there, wherever there is for you. You be running so fast trying to get there. Girl, I wrote the note down. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I've been running to get there so fast that I looked up and I realized I was getting there fast and didn't know where there was. That's what I was trying to say. See, that's why you take notes. I have lived a lot of life since I turned 18. 18 to 25 is violent. It's violent. It's aggressive. It's kind of rude. It's kind of rude if you ask me. I feel like it's been very rude. Very much. You didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to say it like that. Maybe if I would have got it the first time, you wouldn't have had to say it like that. But my thing is, was you being clear? Were you even being clear when you said it? When you had that situation work out that way and it was terrible and devastating? Are you sure it was devastating? Or was it like, I feel like somewhere in there, something got lost in the mix in the sauce. Because 19 looked real 18. It did. It really did. 22 looked very 19. 24 was 18 as it was. It was so much. 25 is cool though. I'm not gonna lie. 25 has really been chilling because I feel like the struggle, like I am off the struggle bus. But, there's another one coming. There's another struggle bus coming. And sometimes you just like old habits. And I'm just like, well, that bus is going somewhere different. We could struggle again. We could struggle again. We could just try something new. We love to try something new. That's the whole undiagnosed, self-diagnosed ADHD thing that we got going on. And I mean, can we have that conversation a little bit? So I grew up with mental health conversations very apparent, very frequent. We got mental health workers, social workers, all type of stuff like that in my family. It's not a taboo conversation on one side, on the other side is, the whole thing about people stigmatizing mental health. I get it, but at the same time, like, is that over or no? Is it over, but is it also coming back? Because now I feel like it got so out there. So mainstream. Right? That now when you talk about it, it's like, oh, you trying to, like, it's like a little token. Like, oh, you trying to be like everybody else. Well, that's the conversation. I don't think that people are doing that. I don't think there's anyone out there in the world. Whoa. I don't think the vast majority of people out there in the world are saying that they have a mental health disorder for shits and gigs, for fun. It's hard out here for a pimp. It's difficult. We just acknowledging that, embracing that, and being like, oh, okay. Mutual dread. It's not tens and thousands of people out here that just having shit way, way better than you. I feel like that's what the mental health conversation was about. It's just like the shit is hard at every level, in every turn, in every aspect of life. This is difficult for some people. Help me find my train of thought. What I was trying to say is that my brain, it jumps around a little bit. It jumps around a lot. I think that my brain jumps around a lot. 18 to 25 was a very violent ride that we went on just recently, that we're still on. No, we're not on it no more because I'm 25 now. It was aggressive, but having all that information, 25 feels so doable. Everything I want to do right now feels very doable. Like, that is 100% something that you can accomplish. You just have to actually decide, is that something that you want, or do you feel like you're supposed to want that? Nothing is life or death right now. Nothing was probably ever life or death. But right now, nothing is life or death. And it's such a clear picture to, I think that when and I laugh because I think it's hilarious how I can't get a sentence out, but I think that it makes sense if you blink twice if you understand what I'm saying. I want to tell you about something. Give me a second. I understand we were talking about something else. But this poster right here, I'm giving you an example. It's a segue. This is a segue. If you're listening to the audio version, I'm reaching over my shoulder to point to this poster that I bought online. I bought it for $75. I've never spent $75 on something that wasn't going to fix or cure my life or some ailment that I've had in my body at any point in my life. I've never been a spender. I've never been like a super high income earner either, because money is not a motivator for me. We'll talk about that at some point. I got to get that shit through my head. When you have a dog, you have to know what motivates them. Like, sometimes it's play, sometimes it's like treats, sometimes it's toys, love, affection. Or you got the dogs that's like super military and they got like clickers and whatnot. Yeah, money's not my motivator. I hope that made sense. You got it. You got what I was trying to say. So over here, I bought this. This brought me a lot of joy that I bought. It's a poster of a girl doing DIY activities. She's plucking her eyebrows, and on the wall of the poster, so there's a poster within the poster, it says, "Might fuck around and be who I'm meant to be." You looking at my ponytail? That's crazy. Mind your business. Might fuck around and be who I'm meant to be. I bought that poster for $75. That's mind-blowing to me. If that's not mind-blowing to you, then maybe we don't relate. Maybe we don't relate. But I'm 25 years old, and that's one of my first times spending that amount of money for any just random reason. That's only possible because I don't spend no money no more. Like on rent, I don't spend no money no more. I live in this shoebox, and life is great. Life is good. It's very wonderful. I don't think I would have had the foresight to make a choice like this at any age other than 25. I was 24 when I moved in here. Dang, what did I do for my 25th birthday? How far back can you remember? How far back does your memory go? Without trying. I'm just saying, like, off a whim, you trying to recall some information. I got like a solid 3 weeks. Anything past 3 weeks and I legitimately have to focus, and I need all the focus that I have in my body to get these sentences out in front of you. Mind you, completely raw dogging life right now. I'm not on any mental health medication. I have not had a lick of caffeine, alcohol. I barely satiated myself today. Can we talk about that real fast, real quick, side tangent? The whole thing is a side tangent. I'm just trying to get you to understand what meaningless is. That's all I'm trying to get you to do. Feeding yourself on a regular basis over and over and over again, that's wild. That's wild. You might judge me for this, but that's a big highlight of marriage. Like, somebody's going to feed me. Someone's going to make sure I do not starve. Because leave it to me, I'll have a couple packs of ramen noodles. Just because, why? I got to chew it. I got to eat it. It's giving a little depression, but not. But like, depression, like with sparkles. Put sparkles on the screen when you say it. Depression. It's giving that one. It's not giving that one. It's not giving that one. It's giving the one where you know it's coming and going in waves, and we can ride the waves. I feel like I'm really just starting to get a handle on myself and my emotions. What is that? Is that the frontal lobe? It could possibly be the frontal lobe. We might just be entering adulthood. Maybe nothing groundbreaking happened between 18 and 25 except that my frontal lobe developed. I think they still working on it though, honestly. I do think they still working on it. But my favorite animal right now is something that would have sent me into a tizzy, a full-blown panic attack. Having that thing happen and being like, oh, well, that was unfortunate. Oh, dang. Like, there was no dang in this girl. This girl didn't have a dang in her body. This girl had like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? How are we going to live? I can't breathe. My chest hurts. Let me pull out my hair. That's what this girl had. She did not have no dang in her heart. But 25-year-old me, I'd be like, darn, that sucks. So I wonder what we should do now. Like, that's it. That's it. It just stops right there. For a lot of things, not all things, but for so many more things than prior to. And that's just amazing. That's amazing. I feel like we don't take enough time to pause. I didn't with this whole rushed life that I've lived. Rushed is a little aggressive, maybe. It was on like 1.5x. It wasn't 3x speed, but it was like a 1.5x that I did this past couple years. I think that now we're just settling in to what is actually important to me. And I realize I don't really give a fuck. I do. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do give a fuck, but I don't fucking care. I don't. I notice a lot of shit. I notice. Here it is right here. Let me tell you. Do you ever realize that it's not that, oh, they might not like me, or they might be making fun of me, or they might talk about me, or they might make fun of me. It's not them actually making fun of you that's the worry. Do you understand that it's the might? They might. They might be getting the best version of me, and I am oblivious to the fact that they don't like me, the fact that they want something from me or need something from me. It's like, damn. It's a part of me that is like, okay, do you just not have discernment? And then it's the other part of me that's like, I don't want to live my life with cynicism and fear. I don't want to do that. I do want to assume the best of people. I do want to do that. It's in my nature to do that. Anything else, I'm actually going against my nature in order to do that. And that feels like survival mode. But well, that sucked. I have that now. I have that tool in my tool bag. So I feel like keep living life your same jolly way and use your dangs. Because maybe they are mean. And maybe you do need to pull back from them. And then it's like, dang, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to explain is that the thought of something is way more detrimental and difficult and scary for me to deal with than the actual thing itself. Take, for example, there's just certain days when I go to the grocery or if I go to the gas station, I just feel like everybody is like legitimately minding their own shit. They're just minding their own business. And I'm just in my own little world. I'm in my own little bubble. I have control of my thoughts. I'm having a good day. I'm just getting gas in my car. I'm just spending a little couple of groceries in my cart. Very rarely go to the grocery store anymore, though, because why am I going to set myself up that way? Why am I set myself up that way? All them people in there, them real high ceilings and all the aisles and blinking sounds. Why am I going to set myself up that way? The idea that someone would harm me, and it's really just harm my feelings. I don't think I have like a genuine fear that someone is going to like uppercut me in the street. I don't feel like that's that type of imminent harm. And probably I should. That would be the more survival, make sure you are straight type of fears to have. But those are not the fears that I have. I have the fear that somebody's going to say, let me tell you about this story. This is not even terrifying, but this was so upsetting for me. I was going on a walk. I like to go for walks. I do not like to drive my car. That car is a paperweight. I love my car. And my car payment is super low. Praise God. I was going for a walk like I do. Like how I be doing. I like to walk and read books. I be getting mad. I'm going to go back to it. I be getting mad that I look so young. And I always kind of give off the vibe of like I skip through the park and I smell daisies and I pick flowers. But bitch, you dead ass do. Like you actually do. So, ease up on people a little bit. People were like, oh my God, I thought you were 12. I thought you were 16. And I really want to, say something not nice to them, but I don't because, you have a point. I do tend to give off the vibe of my life and who I am and how I am. So I was going for a walk. And I had on a hoodie that I really like. I got as a gift. We could go on another tangent. I'm going to spare you. If you're having fun on the ride, I need you to comment that because I will make there be less tangents. But the tangents, they add depth to the story. It's so you can get it, so you can understand who I am and how I think. And when we have guests, it'll be a little less tangent-y. Anyhow, I'm on the walk. Have on this hoodie that I got as a gift. Most of my clothes are gifts. I don't dress myself very often. It's not something I really worry about or care about. I want to. But do I want to, or do I feel like I'm supposed to want to? Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? I hope it's making sense. And it's a Thrasher's hoodie. What year is it? It's probably right after COVID, because there's a lot more people outside. I think it was the food truck festival, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm walking down the street and I was having such a good day. I didn't have any sunglasses on. I didn't have any earphones on. And I was having such a good little walk. And out the corner of my eye, I seen two girls chuckle. And you could not tell me that them people hated me. And was like, why are you walking on the street by yourself, you stupid, stupid person? I swear that I heard in my head, Thrasher's hoodie, what is this, 2016? Now, keep it fucking hot. Keep it so fucking hot. How the fuck did you hear that from all the way across the street on a busy street going for a walk? How did you hear them people say that? My brain planted that shit inside of my head and made me feel bad about a hoodie that I liked. Because two people across the street that I don't know and I'll never see again chuckled. That bitch probably showed her a meme. But that is just what I mean about that thought was way scarier because I didn't know if it was true or not. There was no way for me to verify that. I guess there is, but don't be weird. Don't walk up to people and be like, did you just fucking say, unless you're trying to throw hands. And I'm not trying to throw hands about no Thrasher's hoodie. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is the picture that I'm trying to paint about the Thrasher's hoodie and me going for that walk is I will be minding my own business. And if the thought of something pops into my head that could disturb my peace, until that thought is either confirmed or killed, I'm in hell. It is a terrible experience. But you could also confirm it. That's the thing. You could kill it like, oh no, I just saw her show her phone. That didn't happen. Cool. It's done. It's over. Sunshine, rainbows, happy. Or you could kill it with, yeah, she did say that, hating asshole, and move on as well. But because I can't confirm it, that is a way worse experience for me than it being said or not, because I just don't, I like to know how I'm supposed to act, if that makes sense. If I need to retract myself because I'm literally in an unsafe environment, and that experience was with, strangers, but think about it with a friendship. If you're making a new friend and you can't tell, are y'all on good vibes? Are you using me? Do you secretly not actually like me? I feel like a lot of people, because I have a good personality, they will just be around me. But that doesn't mean that you necessarily like me. You could think I'm weird. I'm a pretty out there character, like in real life. I don't have very good social cues. I don't know the Real Housewives. Like I'm not, what is it called? Cultured is the wrong word, because that's not the culture I want to be in anyway. I'm not current. I think that I have a little bit, I don't want to call it eccentric, but it's just not exactly on the beaten path. So you either like that or you don't. But it's not something that you hate, I feel like. You either genuinely like it or you're like, okay, I'll deal with that. And I don't really want to be around people that just want to deal with me. So that'd be my fear. That's what I mean when I say I do care about what people think about me. I want you to like me. I love people. I love people. I love to be happy. And the people that I fuck with them so hard. One of my favorite things to find is somebody else who just really likes to be themselves. Whatever yourself is. I don't have to, and that's another thing too. It's not about like having people around you that are exactly like you. It's about having people who are exactly like them 100% of the time. They know what to expect from you. You know what to expect from them. Everybody feels safe. Everybody feels supported. I love those relationships and friendships. And those are the people that I keep around me. So when I'm trying to add more of those people into my life, the slow burn process of figuring out whether or not, like, do you really, really fuck with me? And do I really, really fuck with you? I know this is just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be on her podcast. I can't wait to be on her podcast, right? Yay. Yay. No self-doubt, no self-deprecation right now. We're not about to do that. It's the first episode. We're just kikiing. I'm just laughing with the girls. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick. Pop in. I wanted y'all to see my couch. see where we're going to be doing the pod at. And I can't wait for you to see my first guest. Thank you for watching this episode of Meaningless. It was mainly bloopers, but I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for future episodes. This is going to be a guested podcast. We're going to do solo episodes sometimes. But as you can see, my second square is empty because I just had to get acquainted with the girls. I had to let y'all know what was up first. I just couldn't give it to you wet like that. I had to, get that shit wet first. You know what I was trying to say. Meaningless. I don't know how do you take off the reporter voice? I can't read without the recorder voice. Do you know what I'm saying? I can talk regular, but I can't read without the recorder voice. I'm just going to actually cut the camera. Cut the shot. Hey, cutie girls. Welcome back to Meaningless. Meaningless done went podcast on a hoe. we done went podcast. Are you guys ready for the Meaningless podcast? So as you know, Meaningless was born a series about living below your means. But through the weeks and through moving into this studio apartment, yes, you can see the wall over there. You can see the wall over there. That's the whole damn thing. It's the whole apartment. Through living in this apartment for the past couple months, Meaningless has become a bigger conversation about what we give meaning to and what we don't give meaning to. And I'm super excited to share that conversation, not just with me and you, because we get down, we've been locked in. But with my friends, I can't wait to introduce you to some of my friends. One of the biggest things that has been a blessing since moving into this apartment and just the past years of my 20s. I'm 25. My name is Briya. Do I need to introduce myself? Is that a thing? Let's try to do that. My name is Briya. I've been creating content online for 10 years, 100% 10 years. No exaggeration, no funny haha, no making it up and dragging it to the ground. 2015 is when I started making content. It's 2025. So it only makes sense that we done pivoted. I know a thing or two about a pivot. I do know a thing or two about a pivot. Some of the talking points that I want to touch on, whether it's a solo episode where it's just me and you, or we're talking and you're just kind of seeing me talk to my friends. Some of the topics I wanted to go over was like self-doubt, knowing for a fact that your only problem is you. And I feel like that's honestly a good place to start for this solo episode. Knowing for a fact that your only issue is you. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say about that. I'm just going to read through this list of topics, and when some more words jump into my brain, then we're going to keep going. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. No, this is the one. This is the one that's going to be the first one. This is going to be the first one. I think I have to start over again. Damn it. Is it wrong? I don't know how this works. Okay, I feel like you gotta get out the gate knowing what the fuck you finna talk about. That's not how my brain works. Y'all know that's not how my brain works. Y'all have to let me get acquainted. This episode is titled, I Care About What People Think of Me. Because I 100% do. And if you say that you don't, that's good for you. But we just gonna rap about it, talk about it for a little bit. Welcome back to Meaningless. Meaningless, the podcast. If you know, you know, Meaningless started as a series about living below your means. I have a big girl job. Girl, should I give y'all the backstory? Let's give you the backstory. I do care about what people think, and we're going to get into that. But I feel like you need to understand the backstory about what Meaningless began as. So Meaningless started when I got laid off. If we're being completely honest, if we run it all the way back, I got laid off. I'm going to run it back one more time. Hold on. Give me 1 second. No, because we need to get into it. Because if I feel like you think that this is, it's not. Okay. I have wanted to create content since 2015, since I was a little one, a teenager, a teeny bopper. I have also worked in real estate my entire life. Oh, wait. Am I giving up my information? Shit. I think I got to start over. Welcome to Meaningless, a series about living below your means. That is where we started. Actually, should I wait for the train? I should probably wait for the train to stop doing that. But I mean, this is one of them ones. This mic do what it do, so I'm probably fine. Am I cooling hard enough? Am I cooling how I cool? Can you tell how big this couch is? I done told y'all a few times how big the couch is, but you're not, unless you're seeing it on the visual version of the podcast. All right. How I'm gonna do this? How's this gonna go? Fuck. I think we gotta start over. Shit.